ain't any warmer. Oh no. Well, tomorrow I'm hoping to make a load of bird boxes. But I need to prepare my timber. So that's what I'm going to do today. Is we're going to be gluing some boards together. And I hope to make around about 10 bird boxes tomorrow. I might even do it in a live stream actually tomorrow. It might be even on the other channel. I don't know. Because this is for our rewilding project here in France. We're planting 1,000 trees on 2 hectares of land, which you probably already know about. But we're quite excited about it. And it's that time of year now. The sun's been shining during the day. You know, like spring. And then it goes really freezing like it is now. The sun starts, well, it's gone behind clouds now. And it's really cold. What we're going to do is we're going to start gluing some boards together, such as these. So we true the edge up and glue them together. Because these are basically what I've been salvaging out of old pallets. You know, quite good timber actually for an old pallet. It's not rubbishy old stuff. They've got a load over there as well. And I've got a load outside. Oh, you can't see it's behind that pipe. And I've got a load outside as well. So, yeah, it's quite good. I think we're going to sort of like just get them glued up, get myself prepped up and ready. Maybe get them cut to length and what have you, ready to go. So then all I've got to do is just whack them together. But I'm hoping to make about 10 bird boxes. In total, we want to make about 60. I've made about 15 already. So that means I've got to make another about 35 bird boxes. But they don't have to all be done straight away. I'm hoping to get... So we've got about 20, 30 bird boxes out there before they start nesting, which will be very soon. They're starting to get a bit frisky out there. Yeah. So they'll be looking for a home. Many great tits, blue tits, well, the robins, obviously, they've done their thing, and they have an open type box anyway. But where it's going to get interesting is, we're not just going to have a like, bog standard kind of bird box, you know, with a little roof and stuff like that. What we're going to do is, we're going to actually make them look cool, because that's what the front's going to look like. It's because I've been chopping some firewood up, and the bits that end up like that are going to be the fronts of the bird boxes. Yeah, so basically all we've got to do is just make a little wooden box, and make it fit on the back of the on the back here, and that's basically it. Pretty simple, really. Yeah, it doesn't need to be a sloped roof even on these, because where they're going to be placed is under the eaves of the roof, and on these old French houses, oh my god, they literally come out like 2-3 feet. Yeah, literally right outside the build. You know, yeah, big eaves. So there's no rain getting anyway. So as long as nothing, so no vermin get in and stuff like that, that's absolutely fine. So that'll look pretty cool, I think. So that's the plan. I'm going to get moving though, because I'm getting a bit chilly. Oh, God, the old temperature's changing. Just got to double check I'm all okay up here. I don't even remember, yesterday we were putting the power supply into that computer. It crashed again. I remember yesterday I had problems with it. It wouldn't boot up. Well, I had a blue screen of death. It's got a horrible sneaky suspicion that the power supply unit I bought to put in there is faulty. It was only a cheap one, so quite possibly. So I might have to send it back. We'll see. Chrome didn't shut down. No, I'm just trying to... There we go. I don't want that. Don't want that, no. I want that one. I'm just trying to bring it up so I can see the channel. So I can get the chat up. Oh, I could do it on my phone, couldn't I? Because it's over there. Might be even better. Oh dear. So yeah, God, it's getting cold. I've got my coffee machine over there, so I'll make myself a coffee, I think. So yeah. So what the plan is, we want to build around. Well, it's saying I'm alive, so let's have a look. I want to build around 60 odd bird boxes in total over this year and next. Moderation activity is now hidden. Okay, let's show it. Activity. Okay, hello Lefty Boater. Oh, hello. And let's do it. I hope you're well. So what we're doing is we're gluing up bits of wood basically to start with, but we've got to true the edges to get them together. There's a couple there have already trued, so we'll put you onto the other camera. Let's move that down there. I'm hoping my computer don't crash again like it did earlier today. I'm hoping. Yeah, really need a new one. Hello, well, we're gluing up bird boxes tomorrow. We'll make a load of bird boxes tomorrow, so I need to glue my timber up and what have you. And we've managed to get a hold of a whole load of pallet wood, which is actually quite good stuff. So fine, get this rough sawn timber, ideal for making these bird boxes, because we want to make about 60 odd bird boxes. So that's the plan. So hopefully that's okay there. That looks all right. Hello, Mad Monks, my friend. Hello, I hope you're well. Right, so let's get to it. I've already trued some up, so some just basically got to be glued up. Let's change the camera over to eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That one. Or shall we do that one? No, not that one. That one. Yeah, that one maybe. Might be better. There you go. Oh, I think I've got a plan. First of all, oh, what a good shot. Where's my coffee? Coffee's over here. Oh, slop that in there. This was in the house at one point, but it's been in the workshop ever since. Turn that on. So all I've got to do really is just glue a load of these up. But we're going to true them up, true the other ones up. I've already done that one, so all I've got to do is glue and clamp that up. Oh, I don't know. I might need a bit more truing, or just the edge. It was just the edge, just fine. 2 clamps in there. These old cheapy older F clamps we'll be using for those probably. La 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 la. Been busy today in the house, and Caroline's been busy in the garden because it's been actually a really lovely day. But now it's getting cold again, so I'm just going to wiggle it together like so. It's only for BirdBoxe, so it's not. Yeah, it's not that critical. As long as it stays together, and once it's actually, the BirdBoxes are together, they're made. Once they're all, together, they'll. That's fine. Ooh, flip it around the other way around. Because the angle of the dangle. Right. I've got a few ideas. I don't know what to do about my other channel. I just I feel that I'm kind of you look at it, and you think, oh, I'm getting somewhere. It's moving now, and you think you're doing okay, and then all of a sudden it just goes really slow again. And I've got a feeling that some of it's down to the news content of the day, and it gets like a lot of the channel, the bigger sites, bigger channels, and what have you. They suck up all the bandwidth, including things like Sky News and things like that. You see, that's good. That's one. Right, I've glued that. That one's already been planed. That one's been planed. We're going to be cutting a load more up in a minute as well. Oh, that one needs to be done. I'm going to use number 5, Stanley Bailey. I've sharpened it. Make sure it's together. Happy with that. Happy with that. Obviously, it's going to be cut to length once it gets to that point, but I just need to glue them together, just to show. And the gluing's really only to make it easier to put, to construct the box. Because once the boxes are actually to get, glued up, and all nailed up and what have you, they're not going to go anywhere anyway. But just makes life easier having larger bits of wood. Now these are going to be for great tits and blue tits. This section of BirdBoxe, because that's what we seem to have a lot around here. I'm making some bigger ones as well for the huppos. Hoopo. There you go. That's how they go. Hoopo. 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 Or something like that anyway. They make a weird noise. And they eat all your putty out of your windows. There you go. There you are. Nice and true. Now there was that trick I was telling you about earlier, which I'll show you again in a minute. Well, hasn't gone blue screen yet. The computer, that is. Yeah, Mad Monk, it went blue screen earlier. Blue screen of death. I took it out again and gave it a wiggle with all connectors and stuff, and it's booted up okay now. So it might just be bad connections inside. Maybe the plug has got some residue on it or something. Let's get some of that contact cleaner. It's got help. Yeah, I've had some ideas to go on the other channel. If I can get more support on there, what I'd be keen on doing is coming off the monetization. Get rid of the ads. I hate the ads. I absolutely hate them. Because even though I don't ask for mid-roll ads, I've noticed on my longer videos, I'm getting mid-roll ads. And I think that's a bit of a Mickey take. And it's like that. And also that week when they struck me off for a week, they told me off. I was a naughty boy. They were still putting ads up, and I didn't get anything for it. Basically, he demonetised for the week, which I thought was a bit cheeky. I did private with loads of my videos, mine, so they had less opportunity. Because YouTube, well, they're a bit horrible, really. Right, that one needs to be planed. Did he do? Where's my coffee? Oh, I've got a coffee machine. Push the button. Right, it'd be nice if I can get around 10 boxes done tomorrow. And I've been cutting up little tiny bits like this as well, because the bases are only like 4 by 4 inches or 100mm square, and then obviously you get the rest of the wood around it. So that's all they need to be on the. You don't, they don't like huge amount, a lot of space. Don't want to feel snug, I suppose. Put them together. If you put it together like that, you're more likely to get them true together. A little bit lower. Yeah, I was thinking if I could get more support, like on Patreon or something like that, and do away with the monetisation. To be honest, if I can find enough support, well then I'd be more likely to push the channel. Because at the moment, it's kind of you wake up in the morning, you look at your views in the morning, or your analytics, what have you, whenever. And you think yourself, at the moment, you kind of think to yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I spending hours and hours and hours, literally, and going to bed like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not earning anything from it? You earn more than flipping paper around. Stupid, isn't it? It's different when you kind of, at times I really enjoy doing it and stuff like that, but it does get quite depressing at times, That makes you wonder why you're doing it. So, Mad Bunk, I can understand why your brother's kind of calmed down with his channel. I get it. You've got the channels out there already established, like the Maxes and the Phil Morehouses and people like that. Same with the woodworking mark as well, really. I got a coffee. I got a coffee. Oh, I'm a little excited with my coffee. Got my coffee. Oh. So, yeah, Oh, okay, so we're going to grab some more wood over there. We're going to cut it on that machine. Now, I managed to get all my cameras working this morning. And now that one over there isn't working. So that was quite annoying. But yeah, I think I'm just going to have to get a new computer. That's what I need to get rid of. But I can't do it at the moment. So I have to make do with like a couple of cameras, I think. 2 or 3 cameras, and that'll have to do. Yeah, the overhead one's working. So that's okay. Yeah, that's working. This camera's working. Hello! The lathe camera's working, which is now on the pull drill. And obviously that camera, so that's that one. And then there's the saw camera, isn't working. Nope. The radial arm saw. Where's that one? Well, that's supposed to be the radial arm saw, and it's on the wrong camera. Okay. Alright, see what people say. That one? I'm on that one. Oh, yeah, I'm on that one. Oh, hi, Marcus, everyone else. Coffee in a bag. Oh, I know. I said it. That's France for you. I don't think you can get. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know if you can get the bags. I know you get the little capsules, can't you? In the UK, but I don't think you can get the bags in the UK. And they work. They're good little machines, little Sensio, Philips Sensio they are. Hello, gingers. Oh, it's snowing. Crikey! My God, the snow that you had over there. I mean, I saw people open their doors and they can't open the door and it's just like, what? It's just like a wall of snow up against the doors. That's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Crikey, talk about snow drifts. I didn't even know if it was a drift. It just looked like the person just opened their door. Oh. But it's madness. Crikey. I say madness isn't madness. It's just, it's what's happening, isn't it? Oh, I'll tell you what has been done. And I think it's in some in the United States, also in Mexico. They've been doing some tests. They've been doing tests on sea spray. Do you know where I'm going with this? Might do, because these tests, right, on the spray from the sea. When you go in the sea and you get all this like from the mist, can't you? From the sea blowing over and what have you. Get this nice lovely mist, mate. You smell the salt in the air and all that. Well, not anymore. No, it's turds. Yes, there's turds in the air. They found feces in the mist, in the sea mist. Now that's in the United States, this is near sewage plants, what have you. But can you imagine what it's like in the UK? When you think about it, from coast to coast, there isn't that much distance, is it? And this is from miles inland. They've been finding this in the air. Sewage. Signs of sewage. Turds floating in the air there are. Oh, what a sight to behold. It's one thing eating it, one thing drinking it, another thing breathing it. Oh my God, it's going to turn into walking E. coli. Oh dear. Rosa's looking at expanding her Discord instead of using YouTube and Twitch. You mentioned that last time. That's an interesting idea. The only thing I'd say about YouTube is a massive audience. So I don't want to give up on YouTube. I just need to find a way so I can actually survive, to be honest. Now, I did a video the other day, didn't I, about my woodworking business here in France. And it did pretty much get killed by Brexit, literally, really, because my customer base dwindles. And I got a lot of comments on there, why didn't you work for the French? Well, the opportunity for me to work for the French has always been there. I haven't cut myself off from the French. I advertise in French papers and that as well. It's just that in the area I live in, there isn't actually a huge amount of work here. You know, we're very, very rural. And it's already catered for. And people don't have a lot of money, you know. So, although there is a shortage in certain places, if we moved, you might have more luck, but not here. And also, you can have the argument about, oh yeah, Brits will have you all the way in, so you get into your own little pockets of people. Like we don't, because we're quite on our own anyway. Do you know what I mean? We don't really see many people. But the door swings both ways. It's actually quite hard to get someone French to employ the English. There's a lot of door swings both ways, basically. You know, you get this kind of bigotry on both sides of the fence. And it's just something you've got to deal with, you know. It's just doesn't worry me, because I'll just talk to anybody, you know what I mean? It doesn't bother me at all. Yuck, I think I'm going to be sick, breathing in shit. They've got a poop emoji. Yes, just like Mad Monk, yeah, I know. I just would be interested to see if there was some kind of some tests, some surveys done in the United Kingdom of the moisture and humidity in the air. See if that contained traces of poop. Sorry. Well, you're right in Scotland. You haven't got a privatised sewage roads. It all's nationalised. It's in England is the problem. You know, Kent and places like that. Although you know the turds they come with two legs in Kent. In some cases, anyway, that's another story. That's not what this channel's about. Yeah, so I'm thinking about looking at ways to monetize the channel, as in the All Shorts channel. Not this one so much, because this one I do this because fun, really. I like making things, so it doesn't make much difference to me. But the other one, I do it because I'm very interested. Don't get me wrong, I'm very, very interested in the topic, but I have to earn money. You know, my woodworking business is pretty much dead in the water. And we have to have something coming in. And although we've got some really generous people and kind people, you know, regarding like say Patreon and stuff like that, you can't survive on it. Not the amount I'm bringing in. You just can't. You know. And we've been selling things and stuff like that just to try and make ends meet. Because we were at a start. We're kind of at a point where, we were doing quite well actually. The woodworking business, we're earning a reasonable amount of money. You know, we managed to afford to get a camper and all that sort of stuff. But now it's like, hang on, can we actually afford to pay for the insurance? It's like that now, and it's like for anything. Let alone the cost of food at the minute, because it's gone up here quite a bit as well. I know in the UK, food inflation is around 17%. So I don't know what it is here in France. But at least we do grow a lot. So that's the difference here. Most people who live here grow food. Whether it be the French or the English, you know, or the Dutch, or, you know, most people grow food because we're in a rural area. It just suits us, you know. Hello, Joe. I hope you're well. Cheers for your comments earlier, mate. Nice big long one there. On the other channel. You can get a special attachment to use regular round coffee instead of pods in the Sensio. Yeah, we've got attachments going there. We can put ordinary coffee in there, but we've got a proper coffee machine in the house. And our frother came today. We managed to get hold of a frother off Amazon. Oh, what's the name of it? Some Italian make, but it was I don't even know this. You can buy what they call used second-hand goods on Amazon, which we did. We bought a second-hand one, but it was brand new, just didn't have a box. So I suppose just spoiled in the warehouse box. It just came packaged up and was brand new. So I'll be happy with that. So that, you know, see there all the film and stuff all over it. You know, the like cling filmy stuff all over it, and it's cheap. I wish I lived closer. Trying to find any type of handy person around here is difficult. And yeah, there's plenty of work here, don't get me wrong, but people can't afford it. You know, I keep putting tenders out there, you know, where people do ask. And unless I really pretty much do it for nothing, it's pretty hard to get the work. You know, I live very rurally here, and a lot of, you know, older generation here as well. And we've got a lot of Brits here who are struggling as well now as well, because they're a lot of my friends are in the same boat. You know, their customer base has gone. And it's, I understand why a lot of the fresh Brits, you know, the expats, immigrants, they move over to France and they really want to try and find English builders or chippies, what have you, woodworkers. I get it, because a lot of them, they come over and they don't learn the language until later on. You know, and they come over, they learn it while they're here. Because it's and also there's a lot of patois spoken here. It's like, you know, obviously like you got the dialects in the UK. Well, the patois is pretty much a different language altogether, and a lot of the older generations still speak it. You know, so it makes it even harder. You know, it's really difficult to learn the language when you've got all these different dialects floating around you. It's not like Parisian French, you know, pretty much what we're taught. You know, but it's just life, isn't it? Eh? Just life. Anyway, I'll get some more wood. Ramble? No, they're not rambles. I like your Joa. I really do appreciate those nice messages, the comments you do, and I do actually read all your comments. And some of them are very informative, and some are quite funny. So you know, I do appreciate it, I really do, mate. Big city, around 10,000 people. That's a small city, isn't it? Now, we're kind of, we're near quite a large city called Limoges here in France, but I'm in a little hamlet, a little village with, well, I'm in a hamlet, I'm on the edge of a hamlet, I'm not actually even in the hamlet, I'm literally, where I say, we're on our own, effectively. There is a hamlet literally just over there, about 200 metres that way, but there's only, well, there's one English person there, one French person living there, 2 French people and 1 English, sorry. And that's it. And then we've got the other hamlet up that way, which is Le Pomereux. It's a, you know, a bit of a variation up there, and that's about 2 kilometres up the road. It's not very far, I know. But then we've got a main town, our commune, which is Oradour-sur-Verne, and there's literally only in the whole commune about just under 2,000 people in the commune. You know, and it's not just the town; it's all the surrounding villages. So there's not a lot of people here. You can tell by the school. The school's tiny. So the problem here is you have to travel. You know, if you've got to travel to do your tenders, travel for this, and then you don't get your work, and it's just costly. Everything's costly. But that's business for you, isn't it? I've got my whole roof replaced for about what? Ooh, that's gone all loopy. Oh, hope it's okay. My computer went loopy. Alright, my connection. I'm looking at my connection. My computer's struggling here. My mouse has gone loopy. Alright. Alright, let's carry on. Hopefully it's okay. Hope everything's okay. Spanish! Hello, Bernard. I hope you're well. Afternoon, all he says. Anyway, wood. I need some wood. Oh, which is over there. Let's go on the other camera. Not that one. Not that one. That one. That one. Over there. So grab some timber. I'm also bringing the camera with me. So first of all, these are old pallets, you see. So you see all the nails. So we don't want the nail bits, you see, because obviously, yeah, there'll be nails. And I could knock them out, but I'll just make the bird boxes to suit, so I'll just work between the wood. So we'll just cut those ones down. La 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 la. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. And bring the camera around because the other camera isn't working again. But it was working earlier today. And then my computer failed and went all blue screen on me again. Right, anyway. Because that ain't working. No. So I'm just going to cut between the nails. Hopefully. Oh, use it. Hold it. Do 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 do. Very little waste there'll be. Got a whole load more outside as well. Do. Oh, I'll tell you what I want to do. I'll tell you what I got. I've got my chainsaw fixed. I say got it fixed. I've put new chain on it. I do need a new bar really. I think the bar's a bit slack. The bit where the chain goes around. But I've got a massive log out there. One I laid earlier. And I want to chainsaw it into a chair. I thought we were laughing. Look, you know, a shapely chair. And I'll do that live. La 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 la. Should we glue them up? Let's glue them up. La da da da. Come with me. Oh, it'd be so much nicer if I just could press buttons and the cameras are all in the right place. But no, nothing works properly, does it? Because it's a pain in the bottom. But never mind. Okay. So the easy way to plane these, you know, so they're true, just in case you're actually going one way or the other with your hand plane, is to plane them together, like so. Let's put them in the vise together, like that. Unless you plane them with one bit of wood. Because if you are going one way or the other, you can oppose the angle, and then it'll be flat. If it makes any sense. Probably doesn't actually. Better. I don't even see that. Both of those boards got a slight angle to them. You might be able to see it, you might not. A slight angle on this edge here. Alright, there's a best way to show you that would be a square. So if we look at that, there is a gap under that edge. Or what edge is it? Yeah, there's a gap. There's a gap on this edge, on this side here. You can barely see it, but it is there. But because we did them together, the angle is going to be the same. So what we can do is you can pose them by putting them in opposite directions. Yeah, glue them together in opposite directions. Saying that, that does actually need more planing. Because I didn't check it for square, did I? Not for square, but for being straight. I'll be lazy. Get a hammer. Straight edge, straight edge. Have I got one in there? Bum, 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 bum. Yes! Yup. That's good. I'm happy with that. I do. Glue it up. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. These are little cheap F clamps that you can get in. Well, these are from Action here in France. I bought a whole load of them because I was doing a lot of glue ups. I need a way of getting more clamps because they're relatively thin bits of wood I was gluing up. So I bought a whole load of these. And these are like, I don't know, like a couple of quid for yeah, €2 each. Really cheap. But the but is these bars are too soft. Because they're too soft, these effectively slide up. So let's keep roughing them up. I could harden them, I suppose. Alright, that one's there. Right, so that's 4. Okay, how many pieces are going to get out of that? That's an interesting point, actually. Because that will depend on how many of these I need to do. Because I'll do about 10 bird boxes tomorrow. So that's 400. At least get 3 out of that. So nothing sides there. That'll be 4s. Because the base has got to be 4 by 4s. Yeah, get 3. 3 out of each. 3 sides. Yeah. That'll be... Ah, interesting. And then obviously the roof I've got to think about. So basically I've got to make a load of little wooden boxes. And those wooden boxes, I've only shown you already, I've got to be mounted, in some cases, not all of them maybe, it depends on the bits of wood like this I can find. They're going to be mounted on the back of here, so I have to curve them to suit. And because of that, we have a hole in the front there, and they'll look cool. You know, the bird you'll go in that bit. Might attract the bird more, you see, as well. Oh, that's interesting, I say. Oh, isn't that cosy? It's even got a double bed. Might have a 4-poster like my Wally. The gluing up is not really for the purpose of holding the bird box together. It's just to make it easier for me to actually put the bird boxes together. I have to admit, I do prefer my other plane. I think it's the fact that this has got a thinner, it's got like the standard 2mm plane iron, whereas my number 6 and my 7 Stanley Baileys have, they have, yeah, the 3mm forged plane irons, and forged plane irons, which are far superior. Yeah, better grade of steel as well. Together. So these bird boxes will be basically made to whatever materials I've got. But as long as the bases for blue tits and great tits, what have you, tits in general, they've got to have about 4 by 4 inches or 100mm square. Come on, Luke. Ooh, that's a horrible clamp. Try a different one. They're quite bad little clamps, right? Quite handy little clamps. Just not, you know. They're cheap for a reason. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Two little skinny bits there. Got to make a load of more back boxes as well. Oh, a bat box got the ones we put up last year. I do remember we made some in a live show and they got bats in them. You can tell by the poo, basically. They make a mess. So don't put them above the door. No. Ours is not far from the door. It's not above the door. Oh, dear me. This isn't a very good plane. Not plane, not a very good bit of planing in it. Because the bit was very short, it's quite hard to make it straight. I could have just got, well, I got a saw. Just use the edge of the yeah, the saw blade itself to do the job. Well, put that way right. What's right now? It'll do. Wouldn't be a bad idea to put cleats underneath as well, which are basically not a bit too much glue. Basically, are just there to provide a bit of support, hold the board together as well. Actually, no, a bit of wood across that way. Might do that later if needed. So you can obviously buy bird boxes, but they're too skinny. Okay, what's that about? I don't know. What's the thickness of that? Oh, 16mm thick, yeah. There's a lot more material. The ones you buy, they're like not even 10mm thick. Yeah, the material. So what insulation have they got? Or protection? Poor little birdies. Lower than that. Oh my God, I'm going to work on that one because it's yeah. Bit wood there's bent. Oh, okay. That looks okay. Right, I'll show you something actually. If you glue new wood together, this is not the unless you can guarantee your timbers will really dry. Right, you got you see your growth rings there. Ooh, get in the shot. There you go. See the growth rings are going around that direction. It's a curve, and it's sort of like a convex downward curve. But then you look at that one there, it's a bit wavy. But on the whole, it's going down again at that point there. You pose it like so. So one goes one way, and then one goes the other way. Yeah, if you did it, if you had it like you go in the same direction, what you'll do is you'll create. Well, as it dries or moves back, it'll try and do a wave. It'll try, as it dry the top, or you'll say if you do a worktop, what have you, a table, it won't stay straight unless you can guarantee it's really dry timber. How can you guarantee that really? Well, you can actually. What you have to do, you have to put the timber into and keep it for like a few weeks at a time where it's actually going to be staying. Where's the bit of furniture going to be living? Well, if you're selling a bit of furniture, you can't really do that, can you? Just a minute. I'm gonna make you a lovely new sideboard, but I want to be able to store my wood in your lounge. No, I don't think it's going to happen, is it? So you've got to do whatever you can really to prevent. Ooh, the other way up. Yeah, the other way up. To prevent the wood twisting and warping. Because even if the wood's seasoned, it can still. Oh, it was the right way around. It can still take on moisture even if it's seasoned. No matter how dry you think it is, wood is like a sponge. Oh, we need some more wood. Find another bit. La 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 da 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 da. Oh, there's some wood. I found some wood. Oh, there's more wood here. I hope you can still hear me. I hope the erasure mic ain't gone off. Oh, the little light's on. That's a good sign. So I've got some more here. But I've got nails in that bit. Because there's the other. Yeah. Nails. So what we'll do is we'll chop them off on the raised arm saw. That's the quickest and easiest way to do it. Get rid of all those old nails, then we'll glue those ones up. It don't matter if I glue up more than I need, because at this stage, because I get used later, won't it? Dong 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 dong. It's like a bed of nails. I love that saw. It's a brilliant machine. But some people are frightened of them. I understand why, because they can be quite dangerous. Whereas the little chop saws are relatively safe. But these things can they can attack you. Yeah, you'll be attacked by a radioed arm saw. It's not a good idea, and you've got air anyway. So 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's actually, yeah, that's potentially another. So what would you say? 3, 9. That's 9 sides. Oh, no, so that'd be. Sorry, that's 1, 2, 3 bird boxes. That's potentially 4 bird boxes on sides. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus the bases. Yeah, getting close. Getting close. Screw these up then. I could use. Do you know what I could actually do? I could do something anyway. Should we run through the planer as well? Now, behind its face true on one face. We could. Don't always have to be done by hand, does it? Run some through the planer. Just for argument's sake. I'll do 2 at a time. But I won't put them through together as in next to each other as they are at the moment. The reason for that is you can potentially make the roller slip, which we don't want to do. So they'll be put through, either end of the actual planer. Right, let's drag them through. You see why I did this there, put it together like that, you shouldn't really do that. Because what you find is happening, one will start going past the other one and that one gets skipped on. Yeah, it's definitely a better way to do it. Quicker anyway. Right, that was quicker. Although I do love using the hand plane. Well, so it's quick. It all depends whether or not. Tell you what, let's get this out of the way because it's just it's not helping. It's not helping. Right. So at the moment it's gappy that way. So if I turn that round, that's it. That way round. Because they're playing together, you see. So if say for instance if that face is not true, and it's on that table. So as long as you're playing together, you should be okay. That's fine that way around. That's good. If it wasn't, I'll have to do it again. There we go. Yeah, live show tomorrow on the other channel. Not sure what I'm doing about it yet. Might actually, my live show might even be in here. Making bird boxes, I don't know. On the other channel it is. Because obviously there's a lot of people who donated for the trees and what have you on the other channel. So it'll be good to, show what we've been up to. And talking about what we normally talk about. Some madness that's going on. Such as Matt Hancock, maybe, maybe not. topic is, yeah, I think most people had another hair at Matt Hancock and Isabel Oakeshott. But why would, the thing got me is though, why would you give a journalist that is a COVID denier ammunition against you when you're a health secretary? That makes no sense. None whatsoever. What on earth was he thinking? People are very strange. I think maybe he was just thinking of something else. I think he was thinking about his very special friend. His assistant. I just don't get it though. Because I have to admit, loyalty is very, for me as a person, loyalty is really, really important to me. And I can honestly say I've never done anything, you know, like what he's done regarding, you know, being married to Caroline. And there you go. For a very long time now. Even though I keep forgetting how long it is. I'm terrible with dates. Well, I'm terrible with dates. Been given nearly 40 years. Something like that. Married 33. I think that's right. Something like that. There you go. We wondering how do you manage that? You can't even remember how long you've been married for. Oh dear. Like I said, these are BirdBoxe, so it's not furniture. I'm not after, like, you know, a really spot on joint. There's a trick here actually I'll explain in a minute regarding jointing boards together. Now you might think, oh, you got to get absolutely perfect your boards. You don't want, you know, and that means there's got to be contact all the way along. You could argue that, right? But there's a big but here. I'll explain it on these two, which isn't a very good example because it's rough old timber. But when you joint your boards together like this, let's put it on the overhead camera. Oh, there you go. When you joint your boards together like this, what you have to think about is when the wood shrinks on the end, potentially this is going to try and go inwards, there, what have you, and obviously there as well, and there, so it becomes narrower. And the reason for that is you've got end grain, and wherever you've got end grains, where most of the moisture is going to come out of, is at that end grain. And because of that, what you'll have is any moisture here is potentially trapped, because think of that your grain being like loads of straws with moisture in, and that evaporates out the ends of your piece of wood. But in the middle of the board's hair, well, it's not going to evaporate as quickly as it is hair. And what can actually end up happening over a period of time, your boards could end up like splitting on the ends here, like where, you know, just through shrinkage, you end up with gaps on the ends, on each end of your tabletop or whatever you're making. I'd say these are BirdBoxes, so the joint's not going to be perfect, it's just got to hold together. But you can help prevent that by very carefully, and obviously you only buy a tiny amount, and that's whisker. You want to take some pressure off the middle. So what you do is you plane these pieces of wood, both of them the same. So you've got one sort of like that, and the other one's sort of like that. Extremely exaggerated. So when you bring two pieces of wood together, these ends have the first contact, and maybe there's a fraction, you know, paper thickness gap in the middle here. And what that'll do is, once you clamp it all together, it'll be fine. But when this timber dries further and shrinks on the ends, you won't get splits on the ends. And that's how you're supposed to do it. So, if you're striving for completely straight. You know, so it's, when you put it together, it's you know, there's no gaps anywhere on the ends. In the middle here, you might be making a mistake. Obviously, we're making boxes, so obviously I'm not that fussy. So hold it together, make it easier to actually make the bird boxes. That's all I want to do. So at the moment, it's actually tighter in the middle than it is at the end, so there's a bit of a curve in the wrong direction on these boards. The one way I could have got over it, but these are all going to be cut down anyway, you see. So this is going to be cut into 3 pieces of wood. So what I could have done, I could have just cut them to 3 bits of wood, and then these joints are even less critical, but it'd been hard to plane it. That's the only problem there. So that one's done. Oh, we're getting there. So we've got there now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10. Oh, hang on, is it 10? No, it's not 10. It's 9. There's 9, and there's a couple of bases in there as well. Oh, hang on. Another base there. I think I've got one outside actually as well. La 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 la. Oh, some more little ones to go. Another one. No, we've got 10. Got 10. Enough to do 10 sides. But I do need to think about. Got some more short ones here we can put together. La 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 la. So obviously when you're playing little short bits like this, it's quite difficult. So what I can do, I'll do it in the radial arm saw, is instead of planing these ones, I'm going to do it another way. I'll use a saw to help me true these up. I could do that on the table saw, I could do it on the radial arm saw. But being the radial arm saw has got a finer blade in it, we'll do it on the radial arm saw. Back onto the other camera. Not that one. What was that one? Not that one. Yes, that one. They're all mixed up. Always flip nails. So what I'm going to do is, I've got to be careful of this because the ends aren't straight. So I just line it up with a slot here by eye. So and I'm just going to use a saw to trim the edge. Right, so now they've all been cut with the radial arm saw. Okay, so it's saw and edge, it doesn't matter what I'm using. It's quite a fine saw and edge anyway because there's a fine blade in there. But the bit about it is that the radial arm saw is on a rail. That's why it's called a radial arm saw. Boom, boom. And the bit about it is when you bring that saw across, it's straight. Every cut's going to be straight as you draw it across. So effectively what I'm just done is just trimmed the edge. Relied on that to keep that true, and it is. Yeah, pretty much. Not bad at all. Right, back on the other camera. Hello, Jasper. Hope you're well fed, my friend. No Hancock, only tits. Oh my God, Jasper. Oh. Cold is the natural enemy. Okay, Joe. I don't know what you're getting at there, my friend. Roast turkey with vegetables. Oh God, sounds really nice. I'm on pork today. But I'm on my keto diet, so I've got to be. Hello, Simon Says. I hope you're well. Yeah, poop. Oh, a massive log, Marcus. Yes, I got a massive log outside. I have. That I'm going to make into a chair. Anyway, let's clear these ones up. So I'm getting, further ahead, and hopefully I can make about 10 bird boxes tomorrow. I won't be able to do. Actually, I've got to find more rustic bits of timber for the face. So I've only got about 5 or 6 of them at the moment, so I won't be just getting 6 done tomorrow. I'm quite excited regarding these trees, though. You know, it's starting to look quite cool out there now. And I am going to make some videos out there, obviously. I've been promising it for a while. The weather's been terrible. I've been so busy. I tell you what I've been busy with the other channel. Literally just making videos all the time. And it's just, I've got to be realistic. It's not going anywhere. And it's going to die a death eventually anyway. Because, you know, you can become I've become a bit of a one-trick pony. And it's, if I do touch on other topics, no one's interested in them anyway. So it's a bit pointless. I'll be absolutely honest with you. My regret is I should have done more on this channel than and push this channel along. Is what I should have done. And not even. I kind of regret all shorts, to be honest, because I feel it ruined this channel. I was starting to do really well on there, and then I was learning a lot regarding making videos and stuff, and then the other channel just took over, and this channel really, well, no, I didn't do anything on there. And I went up to Ginger Island, didn't I? Regretted that a bit as well. Full of regret. God, that was an experience, I suppose. Right. It's an odd number. It's an odd number. You need a bit of wood for that one, but I haven't got a bit, have I? Unless I cut some more. Bum 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 bum. I'll tell you one of the things I don't that really get me down regarding the other channel. It's all about negativity all the while, literally. All I talk about is negative stuff, and I'm actually a positive kind of person generally. Go off there, and kind of like making things positive, isn't it? So I might have to put more effort into this channel. Carry on with the other one, obviously, but we're going to put more effort into this one. Ah, bits of wood. We have got bits of wood everywhere. Right. Oh, what's happened there? Come back. What's going on with this mouse? It's not moving what it should be. It's in slow motion. Oh, no, that's right now. My mouse was going into slow motion, it was. Right, there you go. Right, so we've got all those bits. Got a spare bit there. I've got a load of bits more wood outside. I wonder if I can show you. God, will that cable reach? Ooh, that's debatable. I want to show my log. Might be able to get. Hang on, go on there. Something strange going there. My computer's gone loopy. It's really struggling. You know when you move the mouse across and it says it's like stuttered. It's got a stutter. It's not very helpful. Anyway. Oh, it's on. Yeah, it's not right. Definitely not right. His special friend is oh, okay. The snowplow just went by now, and I have a big pile of snow at the end of my driveway. Oh no! Can you get out? You stuck? You have to get your shovel out. Right, I don't know if actually it's... What has gone on with this connection as well? What's that on? Settings. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, man. I don't think it will, to be honest. I think I'm dead in the water with it. I've tried so hard with that channel, and it's like when you feel that you're getting somewhere, or just all of a sudden it just go foof like that, and it's no progress. It's just disheartening all the time, and when you're doing things that are negative all the while, So for me, I think I'm going to put more effort into this channel and try and turn this channel around. Carry on doing my videos on the other one, but I'm not going to hit it hard. I think I woke up to it, to be honest. And also, I don't think I'm right. I don't think I'm the right character for it either, to be honest. Sometimes I just think, and the other thing is some of the comments I get. You don't see them, but I have to hide so many people. I mean, because they're just arrogant and just nasty comments. Do you know what I mean? Just ridiculous things. And you don't have a blooming clue, and it's tiring. I'll be honest with you, it's absolutely tiring. And there's no strangers, folk, is there? I hope the signal's okay, because this looks a bit... something going on there. This isn't right. Why is that doing that? Over there. That ain't right. Maybe someone's took over my computer. Oh no, I didn't ask it to do that. What's going on here? It's got loopy. Anyway, I'll show you that other... is that what was it, 4? There we go. Let's see if we can show you my big log. It's a big log of lime, so luckily it isn't too heavy, but it's a big log of lime, and I've got to try and make sure I don't pull this cable out over here. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I'm dragging. Oh, or out of the computer. Come to that. Oh my god! I just wish I could get those Mevos or something. You know, those wireless cameras would be good. Now, can we? Oh yes, you might be able to see it. I don't know if it's overexposed because all that sun out there. Can you see that big log out there? Can you see it or not? It's a big log. I'll go and jump, you know, have a little jump around. Oh, you can see it. Yes, you can see my big log and my deflated speedball. Right. That's my big log here. Oh my god, nail sticking out a bit of wood. We're good for dog. That big log there, that one. There's a big log there. I'm going to get the chainsaw, I'm going to make that into a chair. And it's going to be a chair that I'm going to use for my videos on the other channel. So I haven't given that all together because I'm going to make a chair. One for the garden, and we're going to create like a little garden set for some of my videos. Just so I've got somewhere else to do them. No, it's a bit, I don't want to be trapped in the house all the time. Especially in the summer, you know. There you go. The other thing is, I think actually, because I talk a lot about Brexit, really, not necessarily about politics, but mainly about Brexit, because it's kind of what my channel's about. That's going to die a death anyway. People are becoming less interested in it, and in the fact that it's disasters, complete and utter disaster. People won't be told that all the while, do they? I understand that. I wouldn't want to be told it all the while. I think, oh my god, the end is nigh, the end is nigh. So, there was another board out, so I'm just going to grab that other board. I've got some more boards there as well, actually. I could chop them up. Got that one there. Oh, and 2 more boards. Oh, a couple of rails. Oh, I've got some more there as well. Oh my god, there's boards everywhere. Right. Okay, we'll grab them as well. Looking good. Well, these 2 intact. They're not actually. They don't need chopping up. Look, those ones here as well. Found a couple more. So let's go and chop them up. Ow, it's a nail. Right, one there. There. Oh, you can't see. That looks so high. That's better. Right, so it's that one there, that one there. Then we've got this one here. Really, there should actually be another one. There shouldn't be an odd number of those ends. Oh, it's a few more to do. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. There we go. My computer's quite something seriously gone wrong here. Hey, who's Zebediah? Thomas, hope you're well, my friend. TiT BirdBoxe. Oh, that would be okay, Father Jack. Thank you. Oh, that's one huge log. Yeah, I laid that one earlier. I did. I'll tell you what. I brought home 5 of those logs that in my trailer, and I wheeled them up on my Todd on deals going to the back of the trailer when I picked them up. Because they're not from here; they're from a friend's. He tried burning them on his fire, but because of lime, they tend to had to put it. They burn a bit hot. It's not the best timber for fire burning. So I'm going to make it into a seat. And yes, I will have to treat it because lime also is not very resilient. No, it will just rot very quickly. So that's my number 5 plane. I wish I should. So what I was saying earlier about making sure the ends touch before the middle, if you're doing like tabletops, like say it's just BirdBoxes, but you make sure you've got a bit of a scallop going on, but hardly anything. And that way, when you clamp it up, there'll be more pressure on the ends, and then it'll when you squeezed up and it shrinks further, you won't get gappy ends in the joints. Which is probably about like that. That's better. Those mats are handy. They're literally the acoustic mats. That was a 600 by 600 acoustic mat which I cut into 2. It's really handy because when you do long bits of timber, you can literally sit them on there on either end and it grips. So when you're working on it, it'll slide out all over the place. And when I was doing a lot of windows and doors and door frames especially, very, very handy. And you put on the acoustic mat, you put underneath a washing machine. That's all it is. I'd be using my roller if I was being like a wallpaper roller if I was being particular. But I'm not on this job because, like I said, they're only, I'm sure, oh, well, for little birdies. Little birdies. Ah, that's where that went. Haha! That's the missus for you, that is. I'm gonna hit you. Puts all my tools away for me. Put me in the wrong places. She's all happy at the moment because she's outside doing the garden. There's nice weather. It's been a bit like, you know, trapped in a cold house. These old French houses are cold. You know, even no matter how much heat you put in them, they don't actually hold much heat. Especially we tried to keep as much stonework as we possibly could. I'm not a lover of drywall. I'm definitely not a lover of voids. I've seen this so many times. I understand why people do it, obviously, because they want to insulate the houses. Obviously, I get that. But so many times I've seen houses, right, no ventilation in between an external blockwork wall or brick wall, and then they've got the dry lining, as in stud work, even if it's metal stud work or plasterboard and what have you. They've got a gap. Internal gaps. You've got this cold space, you've got a warm space you're trying to heat, you create condensation in the space and you get moisture, humidity. And if you don't get wet rot, I'll tell you what you will get is dry rot. And that's fungal and that's spores go everywhere. Not very good. Because the dry rot, they're like roots. And they'll go absolutely everywhere. Then the spores, like white powdery spores, will go absolutely everywhere. Now I had to do a renovation. That's it's a conversion to offices. There's a place in Mantegate in Norwich called a Nelson House. So why is it called Nelson House? It's because Lord Nelson stayed there on a regular basis. Whenever he used to come to Norwich, that's where he used to stay, at Nelson House. And I had the job, the contract, to do the renovation on that property. And it was a big old, really old place. And all the dry lining and that was, because it's all dry lined, there's all, a red brick building, all dry lined, but it was it was all lava and plaster, so like those strips of wood. Oh my God, I've never seen dry rot like it. It was just horrendous. Obviously, we had to get what was called Castle treatment or something it's called. Anyway, he came and done all the treatment, and we had to like bleach and various chemicals, fungicides and stuff to make sure nothing comes back or no signs of it. It was, I mean, it was really bad, really bad. The roots were as thick as my wrist. It's like it's almost like ivy growing up the walls. It was, and between the, you know, between the what's going on with that one? The what? Yeah, get my worms out in a minute. Oh, I need to put a bit of glue in that as well. In between the dry lining, which happened to be lava and plaster, and and we had to put, like I say, all these roots everywhere. It was horrible, and the smell, really foisty. I tell you what, it's like Teresa Kofi's underwear, if she wears any. Oh, that's a thought. Or even worse, say no, more like Anne Widdecombe. That's it. That was foisty. Alright, there we go. A little bit of glue in there. Yeah, I'm going to put more actual videos on this channel. That's what I'm going to be doing. That's my plan. Sort of like tutorials, sort of quick tutorial. I'm doing a lot of like shorts at the moment. Short, unless you know, like 60-second type jobs. Oh, under 60 seconds, so it could be like 20, 30. The shorter they are, the better actually. As long as you get the point across. So I'm going to start doing that. I'm doing those as well. And some of them I've been making from old videos that I've made, but also I want to remake a lot of my old videos that were good topics, but poorly executed on my behalf. The videos on were not just, you know, I was learning. Like, you know, I'm far more capable now, especially with my editing skills and stuff like that. I've learned a lot. Right, now there shouldn't be an odd number of these. So there must be a piece of wood floating about outside. But before I do that though, let's do that one. Alright, that way around. I think the other thing is because I've been getting really very stressed about stuff as well, you know, about money and stuff like that, and yeah, just not earning enough. Made a mess of that. Obviously, then Caroline then it stresses Caroline out. She sees me, I'm stressed because I'm not quite so friendly. So I'm worrying about stuff. And then it's doesn't help her. So it didn't used to be like that, you know. It's better. Ooh. Ooh. What's going on here? Tell you what, let's get the other plane. Get a longer plane, longer the better. That's number 7. Well, that's better. You can feel the voids, you know, where it's not straight. Where it's not making contact. That is straight there. So let's do that one again. The benefit of having a really big hand plane. Oh, I've lost some more weight. I'm losing it. I'm in keto. Got some pee-pee strips. Little ketone strips, you pee on them. And if it's purple, darker the better. The more in keto you are, which means you're basically burning fat and not carbohydrates. Oh God, that's perfect. I should have used that in the first place. So, and I've what was I? When I first started, I was nearly 100, just shy of 100 kilo. Well, fatty. And now I was 94.9 this morning. so it's not bad going. I got to this state before. Well, I was, this overweight. I managed to lose about 20 kilos. Well, over just about, it was 20 kilos, literally. So I was in the 70s. No, I wasn't as heavy as this. Because I did lose 20 kilos. No, I lost a bit, then I stopped. Then I started again. And then I lost 20 kilos. So I got down to about what I am now. Just below what I am now, remember though. And then I managed to lose a load more. It's quite funny though, because we're in the camper and we're meeting up with my son Wayne in Italy. With Pisa and places like that. And you couldn't believe how much weight I'd lost. Because last week saw me, I was right blimp. And I felt so much better for it. I mean, just more active, just more positive. I hate being fat. I really do hate being fat. But it's not about denial, I know I was overweight. Whereas we had our friend over. Although she can be lovely. Although Brexiters. But anyway, let me just grab another bit of wood. There's another bit of wood out here somewhere. There must be. It's got to be here. A little bit. There's a little bit of wood here somewhere. It's hiding, it is. Ow! Hello, Dora. Right, my little Pandora. I've got two bits over there as well. Drying. There must be another bit of wood. There can't be just, every bit of wood I've had in the old pallets. Obviously, I've got an end on both ends, not just one end. Obviously, if the one had just on one end, it means obviously one of the bits of wood a bit. Oh, found it? No, what's it? Whoa, where earth has that gone? There's got to be. Oh well. I must have a stray somewhere. There must be a stray. I've got this bit of wood here, which makes it an odd number. There can't be an odd number. There has to be another end. It can't not be another end. Hello, Wally. I've got a Wally dog. Wally's going to help me. Wally's going to help. Come, Wally. No? Oh, okay. Oh, let's grab a Wally. Ugh. And don't touch the hand planes. They're sharp. What do you want? Do you want a coffee? No, they've got paws in the glue now. Oh, okay, pour then. Right, okay, very nice to meet you. Ain't he lovely? Ain't he lovely? Oh, right, pour. Thank you very much. Right. Oh, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. You make me a coffee while you're there. Instead of standing like glue, or stick all your paws together. Now where you going? You looking for something else to eat? Hmm? Yeah? Hang on, sit in your eyes. That's better. Ain't it? What's that in your head? Oh my god. What? You helping? You gonna eat? No? And you got no opposable thumbs? It's about food, isn't it? It's literally just about food. Now when you put on weight, he's just constantly hungry, he is. It's Wally! He's a lovely fella, aren't you? Hey? Hmm? Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Hmm? Look at his little beard, all getting grey, like me. Huh? And his belly, look, let's get a bit of a belly now. Like me, I'm losing mine, slowly. But it's going. I'm determined. What about you? Are you determined? You just literally gonna sit there? Oh, God's sake. Huh? What you gonna do? I had a big cuddle of Wally this morning. You jumped in my bed, didn't you? He snuck in by my feet. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Stuck in by my feet. He shuffled his way up under my covers. And then his little head poked up here. Oh, hello, Wally. Didn't you? A dog in your bed, you go, oh, how disgusting. He's probably been licking his butt. Probably. Oh, what's that? Big yawn. Can I get on there, mate? Hmm? Can I? Oh, don't say that, who? Zebediah, no, he's getting on a bit and he's got problems. He's got a lump on the side here, but that we're fairly certain that's just a cyst. It's soft and it moves about. But also he's got he's cold. He's got a problem with his heart. He's got heart murmur. And now he's off. My God, like a little bullet. But he can still run and jump. Well, where were we? Okay, so they're done. I got one random bit of wood that's a stray, which I can't. Oh, it's there, and I should have another bit of wood somewhere. Oh, hang on. Oh, I might have found it. I found it. I knew there had to be another bit. I found a random piece of timber. It's on the old hemlock or something like that. Hang on. What's going on there? Oh, I see. He isn't a pedigree, so he might last a bit longer. Our friend just lost their dog actually while they're in England actually, and it was an Irish Wolfhound, one of them giant Chewbacca type dogs, and his name was Colin. What a name for a dog, Colin. It's like Dave. Lovely old thing, but he's God, he's a fart. I mean, crikey, the smell was vile. Anyway, he passed away, he died. But he was for an Irish Wolfhound, he did quite well. He's almost 10 years old. Actually, he was 10 years old. They've got quite a short life, the Irish Wolfhounds. Put that on. Oh, shavings are there. Oh dear. Grab the bag. Into the fire. Yes. And then another bag. Oh, there's one there. Got a tea bag here. Coffee bag. My other machine in the house, I've got a proper coffee grinder and stuff. And we used to have the old whiny handle ones, typical French sort of Peugeots, I think they were. Whiny handle coffee grinders, but I just got my daughter bought us a electric one a couple of years ago, which is a brilliant little Bosch thing. And then we've got this Belletti's thing come today. Like I say, if you ever want anything cheaper, if you can get it on the used part, of Amazon, if they're available, most times it's just literally just damaged box. I don't know about you, but I'm not bothered about the box. I just want it to work. You still get the guarantees and stuff, and you get the where you can just send stuff back within a certain period of time. It's all the same. Right, so that was glued up. So they're all glued up. I think I might have enough for that bit, or for at least some of it. And then we've got these, which are going to be the. I've got about 5 or 6. Got a load on the floor down there as well. Yeah. Yep, we have. A few more here. They're literally like that. And we'll make those so they're like the fronts of the bird boxes wherever I can. It's a bit more natural. Ooh, natural. Ooh, natural. Though. I'll do. Cool. Right, so that's good. That's good. So, yeah. Let's check this. La 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 la. But Joey, you cook some great stuff. You keep telling us about all the food you're eating and making. Sounds good to me. I do like to cook as well, to be fair. But it's a bit well, I suggest you are the one that I want. Wally Travolta. You're the one I want. Oh, she's died now, isn't she? Which died about last year, wasn't it? The year before. Olivia Newton-John. And she did a tribute thing last week, I think. Custard cream biscuit. More grease. Oh, Sandy, Sandy, can't you see? Oh, you wish you were sanding my length of wood. More tea, Vicar. Custard cream biscuit with it. Coming over here, taking our jobs and our women. Oh dear. So, we're getting there. And, that floor is all down. If you remember, I was preparing a load of timber. That is all done. That floor's down. A nice hatch and a little brass chrome brass ring pull that lifts out. This looks really neat. Caroline pointed the wall behind where the toilet is. I've just got to cast where water damage. So I'm going to cast a little dwarf wall where the stud work was and restart the stud work higher on top of the dwarf wall. Because it's always around the edge. There's no potential rotability materials that can rot around the shower tray. It's only our utility shower tray. I mean, as in it's just where we come in after doing messy work in the garden. If you want a shower or whatever, you just dump junk in there and it's done. So it's not, it's not like I put a bathroom upstairs, which is quite nice. So there is one of these outside as well. So we've definitely got 10 of those, and I've got a load of these outside as well. So yes, it should be enough. These are basically going to be the bases of the little bird boxes, and also make them so that they can actually come out. I'll decide whether or not I'm going to make it so I get the big hole saw and drill like a 4-inch, not 4, about 3-inch hole in there so we can clean it out with like a little cover. So it's like inserting a cover sort of thing, or whether I have the base just fall out. Well, put a screw inside, remove the screw so we clean them out every year, every couple of years. Yeah. Because they get bird poop in them. Yeah, they do. Got a bird box, you see, they'll poop in their nests. Silly, isn't they, really? Make a right old mess. But yeah, I think about the roof material, whether or not I'm going to worry about making them waterproof, in a sense, because where we're putting these bird boxes don't really need to be. Because they're already covered by the roof. I mean, our roof overhang is like that. It's massive. It's typical old French barn. Will be on the barn, be on this building here, because on the back here is where the birds seem to really like it, on the back there, but also on the front here. But they're all in the they're all in the jasmine on the front of the house, on the side of the house there, on the south side. But on the north side, they seem to really like the north side for some reason. There's just masses of birds there. I suppose in the summer they get too hot, I imagine, in a box maybe, I don't know, on the south side. But they all seem to go where it's cooler. Or more stable temperature, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. Anyway, I think it's time I got stuff to do in the house, so I need to do that. I don't know what's going on with this mouse. It's gone loopy. What an excuse. I can't work because there's a dog in my way. Good, isn't it? You take him everywhere with you. Oh, I will miss my Wally, most definitely. Not yet, though, hopefully. Not yet. But we wouldn't consider getting any more dogs for a while afterwards. For a start, I don't think I could ever replace Wally. I really don't. He is such a dude. I mean, like that we are. And I don't think you can replace that bond. I really don't. But anyway, and also there's things we want to do. We'd like to be able to, just go whenever we want to go. Like you can't do in the UK now, because it won't be long before the ETS and you're gonna have to get the visas and all that sort of stuff sorted out before you can travel to the EU. At least we can do that. And besides, that'd be funny. Can you see my view out of my back? No, you can't. It's too flippin' bright. If you can see, we don't really need to go very far, because it'll be funny. Our views from our house is rather nice. And we are very, very, how to put it, isolated here. Put it outside there. What if I can do that? Will it overexpose? Is it overexposing or not? No, actually it's all right. Look at that mess! Oh, my trailer, my little trailer. Well, it looks really overcast, doesn't it? It's not. It's actually really bright and sunny out there. I think that colour temperature is a bit off. So we're on the side of a valley, or top of the valley is what we are. And they've got that field there's the one you'll probably already know. We're basically that tree is actually half, that field's actually half full of trees now on that face. You might be able to see some of them on the other side of the we're putting nearly 400 trees off. It might even be over actually. Anyway, on that side, and then you can't see it from here because it's on the other side. You way up on the field over there. You know where I've done my videos on the other channel, and I've been on the shack, in front of the shack, that field. We're going to be planting that one right up as well. So it's there won't be so much, exposed grass, I suppose. It's covered in glue. But we're planting a lot of we're doing a lot of willows, but also the trees that have been people donated for and what have you. There's actually a nursery. We're quite fortunate actually that we've got a nursery literally just over there. It's only about 4 or 5 kilometres away, and it's one of the most popular nurseries in the area. And the guy's a bit of a character though. You go in his office, and he's got like pictures of naked women on his walls. In his office. That's just like going back to the 70s, isn't it? 70s and 80s, you know? Seedy little men. And most of his customers are old, you know? And younger generation as well, but it's just a bit bizarre. It's not good business sense, but he is one of the most popular nurseries around here. So we have bought some trees from him already. We made quite a big order last, well, seemed a big order for us anyway, last year with them, which we picked up most of them now. I think we'll have like 10, 20 trees for them to come. But they're the bigger ones, because, yeah. My worry is that we're going to put them in, we had to look after them basically. So let him look after them until we get a chance to put them in. So anyway, so it's that field there we're doing. We'll be literally going into the valley. But what we don't want to do is block our view. So we're not planting any trees on that side. Before we even contemplate anything over there, we're going to start on the other field. So, and also it depends, because although our goal was at least 1,000 trees is what our goal was. We didn't realise at the time how much these trees cost. And although we're propagating loads ourselves to obviously try to fill that void, the price of them was horrendous. Some of that's 60 quid, just for a tree, And we contacted, I think that's Brian Maguire. I think it was Brian Maguire on the other channel. Anyway, we contacted an organisation that would give you free trees, but you literally got to jump through hoops to get them. And the problem is there's a lot of criteria involved with it as well, which means they kind of got you by the short and curlies. I don't like. It makes me uncomfortable. It really does. So I don't want someone else to dictate to us basically, for the sake of a whip, because that's all they were. A whip, loads of whips. You get lots of them, but they're just like little whips. So yeah. And same with grants as well, because you can get grants there. But it's the same thing, There's a lot of prep work that has to be done, which costs money. They want surveys of this and surveys of that, Is it me or is that delayed? My computer's struggling. I hope the picture's alright, but I feel might be a bit stuttery. And I think it's my computer. And I don't know why. There's something going on here. Let me just check something. I ain't got the oh God, no, it's my computer. Hippie tent field. I know you said that before. When we first came over here, our plan was actually to do a camping site for motorcyclists, and that was our plan. So it's a bit like a stop off type, either to stay for a week or whatever, or come for a day here and a day there, and that was part of our plan. But when we contacted them area about it, as soon as we told them it was going to be geared towards motorcyclists, or like I say, hippies as well, they weren't that keen. Because you've got to get planning, you see. You can't just do it. You've got to get planning. And then you've got to have toilet facilities. And where we are in rural France, it means we'd have to put a new foss in, which means digging up half the field, one of the fields, put a foss in, which is basically, it's like a septic tank, big septic tank and sand filters and various, and runoff filters and stuff like that. The cost would have been about 20 grand just to do that, so that wasn't going to happen. Not for a campsite. Definitely not for a campsite. We'd never got the money back. So yeah, hippie tent field. That would be fun though. Simon says willows can be used to grow chairs. What, to grow chairs? Willows can be used to grow chairs. Well, I've planted loads and loads of willows in Simon says. We've propagated 3 varieties of willow. Well, 4 varieties, sorry. Flamingo, which is like a variegated leaf variety of willow. And then we've got the contorted, which is the one with the twisted, which you could see it out there actually, with all the twisted branches. And then we've got the weeping willow as well. And then we've got just ordinary salix, the common willow. And so the thing about the willows is they're fantastic for the bees. The bees love willow. Yeah, early in the season, because they're some of the first things to flower. The little yellow catkins. They've got little tentacles on the catkins. The catkins like, and the bees. I mean, they just flood it. I couldn't believe it. I saw it last year outside the back here. On one of the, it was just like a blanket of bees all over this flipping tree. It's gone into covered in catkins and bees. And so obviously they're getting their nectar and stuff. So it's fantastic. So yeah, but. Yeah, and also you can obviously grow them into arbours, into gazebos. You can grow them into anything. Fence lines. You can layer them. You can do anything with willow, really. And although it's a relatively short-lived tree, and it can actually get diseased quite quickly, easily as well. The thing is, it grows so quickly and easy to propagate. And if you you just chop off the ground, and also you get loads of shoots come off it anyway, if you want to do that. And also, it's actually a usable timber. For lots of different reasons. Oh, it's not construction grade timber because it's a bit brittle, but it's you can use it for all sorts of stuff though. It's wood is wood, isn't it? Just dig a hole. That's all you really need for a toilet. I know, but there's laws. That's the problem, and the French love fines, and that can be a major problem. So, yeah. If we wanted to advertise it to let people know that it is a campsite for cyclists or whoever, how are we going to do that without the Mary finding out? Our local council. So yeah, no, you are right. In fact, we do have our house is compost and toys is what we use here, and we've got a commercial unit upstairs. And although we are going to go over onto a FOSS unit because we can now. We're not going to afford to do it, that is, because it's like 12 grand just for a basic one. But yeah, we were waiting at a time because the micro state. This is where Brexit got us again. Actually, there's a unit called WPS Diamond Unit, and it's a microprocessing unit. It's very little impact on your land. It looks like an upside down ice cream cone. No, actually, it's ice cream cone the right way around. Sorry, and it's got like an air pump in it. It puts a bubble of air. It's a double chamber. So it's like an ice cream cone with a small ice cream cone inside it. And in the bottom there's a bit like a fish tank air pump. Like a bubble of air is pushed through, a bit bigger than that obviously, but pushed through for it to stir it, to keep it stirring. There's the bacteria breaks it all down. Can't even say it now. And that unit, we could have got from the UK for about £3,000 or £4,000. But they've actually got an export to France now. They've got a distributor in France who's tied up in the license, so they can't sell it to us. So we've got to buy it from France now, and it's £5.5 grand. Last time I looked, it's probably more now. And we got a quote off them in France. It was 2,300 if we bought it from the United Kingdom, and that was 4,800 if we bought it from France. And I bet, and then we got a second quote coming when we got from Spank. Yeah, Spank. It's the organisation deal with fosters and stuff. And then we got a second quote from them, which was 5,000. It's about 5,500. I can't remember exactly what it was, but 5,500. And because of Brexit. This was because of Brexit. This distribution changed. So we paid that. We were waiting because we were waiting for it to be approved here. And it wasn't until a few units went in this area, they gave it the benefit of the doubt, you see, and some small, where they had no other options, and now they treat it as a system that they're happy with. and it works. It's really simple, you know. So, and I like the fact there's no moving parts. Not like Clargest used to have all metal bits in, and what happens with them flipping things? They used to rot inside, and they just all fall apart inside. That's it. It's buggered. No good. You don't want to go in there, are you? No, try and fix that. I know I don't want to. So yeah, it's just different here. It's different. People have lots of ideas in the United Kingdom, and I get a lot of advice from people. And I say, you can't do that here. It doesn't work like that. You know, it's like when I put that video on about, because my woodworking business here pretty much got killed by Brexit, and pretty much overnight. We're in a very, I knew, see what's happening straight away. I had a lot of my customers that were a lot of English. I had French customers as well, but a lot of English customers, and a lot of them were just saying, well, I don't know if we want to go ahead with the purchase now, or they moved back to the United Kingdom. You know, sold up and moved back, or just moved back anyway and just left the place there as a holiday home. And it's all very well if people say, okay, why don't you just go and work for the friend, but you see, the thing is, I work in my workshop, yeah, and I supply stuff. That's what I do. I don't do any. I got to the point where I was not doing any fitting or installation or anything like that, and I don't want to go back to doing that. And there's a reason for that. In France, you have a thing called decennial insurance. It's a 10-year guarantee on all your work regarding building works that you do, and if you go onto site and stuff like that. Well, I had my insurance from well, I did have it, not so much now because I'm not doing anything like that now. But I had it because I don't get enough work coming in to pay for the insurance like anything else. But then I'd still have. I've got the insurance here for third party company. People come visit me and stuff like that. That's fine. But I'm not going to start paying another $4,000 on insurance policy for the decennial insurance. I'm not going to do it. It's just too much money. And I know what the situation is here, and I know people who are doing that are in the same sort of boat regarding work here in this area of France. It's not everywhere in France, but where we live, there just isn't enough work. There just is not enough work for all of us. It just isn't, and also not enough money for all of us. So okay, if you're going to do work for nothing, but I can't afford to do that either, can I? You know, I've got to earn, a living, or look at other ways of earning money. So it's not really a solution, other than moving. And I don't want to move. I really don't want to move. I like it here. It's all like, we have countryside and very few people. And maybe that's a good mix for me. Who's Zebediah Thomas says, I have a poop problem here. My drains are blocked again. Tree roots lifting sewage pipes. Got to lift the lid tomorrow and remove brown porridge again. Oh, lovely. I tell you what, I had a job. Well, I've dug out a few soakways in the past, some building game, construction. And some by hand, actually. That was a job. I built some very simple soakaways using rubble and what have you. Another ones were bricks, herringbone brickwork inside the soakaway. But also fosses and septic tanks and all sorts of stuff. Long time ago. And I did one job. And that's literally just surface water runoff, from the gutters and stuff, just for all the old soakaway. And we had to dig a new soakaway for them because the existing soakaway was completely and utterly, buggered. Because they had a conifer tree and the roots went into the soakaway and literally filled the soakaway with roots. But also those roots went up the pipes, right up the downpipe for the gutters. And when clay, were they clay? No, not clay pipes, they were plastic pipes. We could pull, that was like sausage. We managed to pull this sausage of roots, and not word of a lie, it was probably about 4 to 5 meters long, right to the phosphorus in a couple of places. So these lengths about 4 or 5 meters long of roots and like whole mud and sludge and stuff. So yeah, it's nasty job. I was thinking of a gazebo or a statue from Easter Island. Just check YouTube. Growing chairs. I'll have a look at that. That sounds interesting. Obviously, you'd have to train them, wouldn't you? Put 4 trees in, for instance, and you train them into each other, I suppose. Just don't let them grow. Don't sit there for too long. They'll grow up your butt. Licenses, water disposal, sanitary, facilities. It's not easy or cheap. No, it's not. Unless you have a house and repurpose it for a hostel or hotel. But that's the same thing on that, Joe. If you've got a foss already, it obviously has a capacity. And what you have a capacity for a 3-bedroom house, and then you there's a hostel, maybe you're renting more, a room that can have more people in it. It's got to be able to cope with the more people legally, because you've got to be insured for them and all that sort of stuff. You know, you don't get caught out with that. You get caught out with no insurance, well then you're for a cropper, aren't you? You know, if there's an accident or a problem or whatever. And they're quite strict in France. They're quite strict. Porta potties. You still got whatever you put gingers. You are right. You could use porta toilets, what have you. You'd have to use a commercial unit that's licensed to do so, but you'd also need to get planning for them. If it's for if it's a permanent situation, and you're just not going to get it. I just can't see you getting it. They're going to insist on a foss. I just know what they're like here. Just how it is. Wickerwork willows. Well, you mix when you're doing wickerwork. You want to mix with hazel and willow and various other stuff, other timbers as well. Really, if you do that kind of work. Ash, we've got your hazel. We've got a bit of hazel here. Mainly willow. We've got plenty of willow. Anyway, I'm going to make a move because I think I might have to go and chop some wood up for the missus. I can hear her chopping sticks, so I'm going to go and help her. I think I better really, better I? Anyway, nice to see you, and I hope to see you tomorrow. I'll be on the other channel tomorrow regarding all shorts as well. Oh my God, it's 25. Didn't realise. So it's time to go. So ta-ta. My mouse has gone really daft. Come back. It's got a mind of its own.